Blog Talk Radio.
All right. Welcome. All right. Fantastic. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another episode of Baltimore's Talking Live. I'm your host, Dr. Q. Co-host is Aaron Green. Hello, Green.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good night to all. What's up? Let's get getting started.
And if you've missed yesterday's show, yesterday was the season premiere for Season 3. So for the first 3 episodes, I'll just repeat the new changes, and I also will give you a count. Yesterday, the count was 44. After the break, I'll check it and see what the numbers are. Last season, we went all the way to 6,000 and change. So our goal is to try to exceed that, get all the way to 7,000, 10,000, which is the goal. If we go past that, fantastic. Any donations that you give are still tax deductible. It is a 501c3 corporation or LLC, whatever you want to call it. So it is tax deductible. It falls under the category of not-for-profit or nonprofit corporation. So it doesn't have to be a charity, it doesn't have to be religious, but it's not retail. So tax deductible. And for people who owe a lot of tax money because of all the government grants and subsidies they've received, what better way to offset that with some tax deductible donations? So you can send that to P.O. Box 47264, Windsor, Maryland, 21244. The address is on the website, www.bemoretalk.org. A couple of changes. The Hoxie will be more of a debate style this go around. So it'll not just be interviews, but it'll be sort of like watching court TV. There'll be some questions and some examinations. And a lot of the questions are already written, but not rehearsed. Because I don't know what the questions are, and neither do the guests know what the questions are. It'll just be like pulling the index card out of a hat. I don't know what the question would be. Hopefully, it's not something inappropriate or embarrassing. But who knows? Because it's live talk, so unscripted, it's unrehearsed. Real people, real talk. The other guest, not guest. I have 2 producers. This is this Martin. That's all. Executive and the senior at the bottom, unless you're a senior executive or chief executive. Executive is the word that means execute. So the one who makes things happen is the executive. So that's what that is right there. And it's giving me more monologue time. So I guess what they were saying was, the monologue, you go past the time that you're supposed to stop. So they made sure to give me ample time at the top of the show to update what's happening before we go to break and do the Black History Month. So I appreciate it because it's a lot to fill in the show at the bottom and try to squeeze that in, and then you go overtime, and then they want to complain about, you're doing over. So last season, a lot of people were felt shortchanged, but they do audits. Last season, we were off air 2 or 3 days early because once they did the audit and see the amount of minutes that go over, it was equal to 2 or 3 episodes. So when they added up the time, basically, so they didn't owe us anything. They added up the time, and we broke even, and they cut it at the point that we'll break even. We're not going to go into extra innings, or to have to offset it to where you have to short put that weed down, but it had to offset season 3.
I don't smoke weed. Sorry.
They say there's 2 things: it's weed. And
No. I don't do that. No.
So look at the lineup, folks. The phone lines are open, 917-889-8825. We don't do the horoscopes anymore. We don't do the birthday shout-outs anymore. So if you have them, you want to give a shout-out, you can call in and give that shout-out. No problem. 917-889-8825. Also, my co-worker had called, and she said she didn't want to get into politics, but she started the conversation talking bad about Trump. Now, why is it that you can give me an opinion talking bad about Trump, and I'm supposed to sit back and listen, but when I give you a conversation about Obama, that's why we don't even talk about politics, because we want to agree to disagree. Well, we got to agree to disagree. So you basically saying what you say matters and what I say don't matter. Black lives matter. I apologize. I tell you. Anyway, I'm waiting for the truth to come out a little bit. I already know the truth is. I'm waiting for the public or the authorities to catch up to what I already know. I already know it's an inside job. They know it's an inside job. But they're trying to play this game like they're doing an investigation, trying to find out something that they already know, to make it look like they're doing something, but they're not doing anything. Just the same thing we had with the riots here in Baltimore. They made it look like they were doing something, but they weren't doing anything. If you slow down the speed and slow down the rate of speed and take everything frame by frame, when we had the Baltimore riots here, nothing was being done. The incident was over. The boy was dead. People protested. That was that. The action was the news media all flocking to Baltimore, putting Baltimore on the map. You even had Geraldo Rivera, of all people, show up. You had Lester Holt, of all people, from New York, show up. Flew a plane to Baltimore just to put it on MSNBC or Dateline NBC or whatever it was. And it's like, wow, all of this publicity because it's happening news, and it wasn't anything happening. There was no news to be told. There was nothing on fire. except for those two corners, which was drug-related. Had nothing to do with the riot. The boy wasn't killed nowhere near Pennsylvania Avenue. The boy was killed somewhere else. That Pennsylvania Avenue fire was just so he could get some drugs out of the CVS. So there was nothing going on. When Dr. King got assassinated, the news media flocked to areas where he was looting and rioting and tearing things up. Wasn't nothing like that going on. They went to Mondawmin Mall, robbed a couple of stores. But Mondawmin Mall is designed and set up to be robbed. Yeah, I know it makes no sense, but the mall is designed so that all doors and exits are covered by a camera. So when you rob the place, whether you're entering to rob it or exiting after you have robbed it, there's no way to exit that place and not have your face in the camera. That's the way I want to say the hospital. That's the way the mall was built and designed. And this was long before the riots, long before the revival. I used to work there. The Rouse Company designed the mall, and they put those cameras strategically 18 meters apart from the other so that all the cameras would back up each other's camera so there were no blind spots. And it's effective. Everybody who stole stuff out of the store, they caught them. And the thing that was so stupid to me is you drove your car to the door so you can put the stuff in the trunk of your car and drive off. Don't you think the parking lot caught your tag number? Give me a break. But there's no such thing as smart criminal. It's just something that happened. Then came mayor after mayor after mayor with corruption on down. Every mayor after Sheila Dixon was a piece of shit. Young was a piece of shit. Blake was a piece of shit. You know, you didn't have a mayor who took the job seriously, cared about the city, or did anything necessary to help the citizens of the city and let the drugs overtake us. And that's where we are today. The drugs have overtaken us. If it wasn't for the COVID, I myself might be dead. Because at the rate of the crime was killing people faster. But now COVID is killing people faster than the crime. So it's neck and neck. Hopefully, and I don't say it the mean way, hopefully the COVID killed some of these criminals that were out here killing people. That's the best thing about it, if you want to say something positive. But unfortunately, no. Because as I drive around different parts of the city, I still see drugs, I still see crime. But that's a system that's made here. It comes from poverty. Look at it this way. When you have something going for yourself, you do positive things. Okay? You have a high school diploma, you can get a job. You get a job, you can buy clothing, you can buy food, you can buy groceries. You can buy a car. You can get a car. You can get a driver's license. You can get a girlfriend or boyfriend. You can go places. You can travel. You can get bus fare if you don't have a car. You can get car insurance if you do have a car because you're working a job. You have responsibility. You can get your own apartment. You can move. You can move in. You can move out. Now take away that education. 60 is passing. Can't get into college. Can't get a GED. Can't get a high school diploma. Can't get a job. You're laid off a job. You don't have work skills. You don't have survival skills. You don't have speaking skills. No motivational skills. You have no skill set whatsoever. What can you do to make money? How can you grow? Well, it don't take no quality at all to sit on the corner and sell drugs. Oh, no, go ahead. How much money you make? You make $1 a sale. Oh, $1 a sale? So if I get 100 people, I can get $100. $1 per sale. Sounds like nothing. Well, look at how many corporations have profited millions